What a misty, horrible day outside. A little cringe from now on. But hey, have you something you see yet? Excuse me. Who cares? Since we launched our practice about a week ago, now we're off to the future now. Going over 100 years now, so you can now see your latest box. Let's go all the way back in time. Hey! Alright, this is the BBC main website, and this is what it looks like today. We got the BBC logo, and we got these little signs here. This website has been here for 100 years now, and it's still been alive. Hey mouse, can you go on television? Oops, can you go on radio? You go there. Okay. We got the whole radio network. We got BBC Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3, Radio 4, Radio 5, and the nations. When you see your nations, BBC has been obviously realised it has been over a decade. So, now we're going about the BBC. We are going to think the BBC was its own name and its own partner of its own educational broadcasting commission. However, it could have made choices for that. The BBC needs always have a good time when they make the new characters. When they make new characters, believe themselves, includes Wallace and Gromit, both made by Aardman back in 1989, and YouTube was formed in 2005. As you're convincible to your local BBC, the copyright of BBC says, I can't fucking read it. From the BBC, it says, all rights, including copyright in the content of these BBC web pages, are owned or controlled for these purposes by the BBC. In accessing the BBC's web pages, you agree that you may only download the content for your own personal, non-commercial use. You are not permitted to copy, broadcast, download, store in any medium, transmit, show or play in public, attempt or change in any way of the content of these BBC web pages for any other purpose whatsoever without permission of the BBC. So this is what happens if you upload related content, then BBC will block your video for good. Going worldwide? We're going worldwide with the BBC. During that time in 2011, the longest and oldest country was South Sudan, when the country was biggest. Enough to share. BBC Worldwide was been thinking about the BBC, what you cannot resist to the BBC website. When you always do the BBC learning system. Who we are, what we do, where we are. This is the BBC. Go magical, go upside down, and turn around a hat. This is why BBC goes into educational in its own time of way. BBC has many educational stuff while searching for something when BBC knows. So, all criteria in mind, BBC World Service and the Learning Zone will still be on the air on BBC Two. Nighttime broadcast for you to record your own time with BBC's per permission of its program. It's the year 2097. People will know about the World Service team what we know about our job. On world service this month. On world services this month. Promotional by post returned conveniently by the site. It was the largest things that never gonna happen in China. And Russia has been declared that all these have been systems, been Russian department for it, and go to the future by its worldwide think community. However, to see the BBC, go this one. The largest radio network in the world, broadcasting in 45 languages including English to 40 million listeners worldwide from the BBC. And this is the BBC television network. That's we're on the air. The BBC, the heart of your home. All the odds speaking for the BBC. Yeah.